Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Science. Today we're going to be discussing the night sky and the day sky. We've been looking in our previous investigations and previous looks at Earth science. We're really kind of zooming out and exploring Earth's place in the solar system, the galaxy, the universe, and kind of what's going on that cause all these perceived changes on Earth. There's what you're going to need, your science notebook and something to write with. You're also going to need the Skylogs data tracker on Google Classroom, but not yet. Don't worry about it. Watch this video for now. I'm going to show my own copy of the Skylog, and you'll know what to do. Okay. And then down here are the icons. I can observe the sky at different times of day and night. I can compare the daytime sky to the night sky, and I can make inferences as to why some objects can only be seen at night and some can be seen during the day. So we're really answering this question up here today. Why can we only see some objects in the daytime and others only at night? We talked about one. Right, we talked about the sun last week, how because the Earth rotates on its axis, we on Earth can only see the sun when our section of the Earth is facing the sun, right? And literally, the sun is what creates daytime and nighttime, right? When the sun's not in our sky, it's night. When the sun is in our sky, it's day. But there are other objects. The sun is not the only thing that shows up in the sky in the day or in the night. So what we're going to do is over the next week, we're going to do some observations and take a look at what objects can we see in the daytime, what objects can we see at night, and what objects, if any, there's one in particular I'm thinking of, show up both places, right? And then being able to compare them and think about, okay, well, why does, we talked about why the sun only shows up in the daytime, but there are lots of things that only show up at night, and why are they only visible at night, right? Once the sun comes back up, do they just disappear? What happens to them? Okay, we're going to talk about that today. In particular, I want us to think about and consider the moon. Hello, there you are. It's a good moon. It's the only one we got, so we might as well like it. The moon is, as scientists who have been scientists for 10 to 11 years now, you might have noticed, whether by just happenstance or as part of a previous scientific investigation, that the moon is something that comes out during the day and also is visible at night. And often that runs counter to kind of the more nursery rhymey idea of the day and the night, right? When the sun goes down, the moon comes up. When the moon goes down, the sun comes up. But we actually know, because of our observations, that that's not actually true. The moon and the sun actually move on kind of two different schedules. And thinking about, one, why that's the case, and two, being able to sort of track and think about, can I see the moon during the day? And if so, when and why am I able to see the moon during the day? And when and why am I able to see the moon at night? There are also some other objects out there in the day sky and in the night sky, and we're going to look at them. What you're going to get is what I'm calling a sky log. And basically it's going to look like, like this. That's Google Hangouts, because I didn't click away from it. There it is. Haha. You're going to get a document that looks like this. And between now and next Tuesday, okay, so even if you're not in my class, you can recreate this graphic organizer and follow along with us, and we'd love to have you. Between now and next Tuesday, we're going to be making 4 observations of the daytime sky and 4 observations of the nighttime sky. Ideally, these would be on 4 consecutive days, but I understand that, life gets in the way. We get busy. Sometimes we forget one night or we forget one day, right? So we've got some I think we've got 6 days and nights between now and next Tuesday that we can fill this in. So we've got a little wiggle room here. So what's going to happen is once you get out in, could be outside, could be just looking out of a window, right? If you don't have a safe outside space to do some observations. We want to make sure the date and the time. We're going to write down everything we see in the night sky or in the daytime sky, okay? And then the last thing where it says moon, question mark, we want to notice if we can see the moon. So earlier today, about half an hour or so ago, I went outside and I did a daytime observation. So I'm going to fill in my data right now. So my date was March 23rd, 2021. Okay. The time I observed was 12:05 to 12:10. I'd recommend observing for, a good 5, maybe even 10 minutes. Okay. Just going out and taking one picture or getting one snapshot of the sky is only going to get one piece, right? Things happen, things change, right? I'm thinking in particular of clouds, for instance, right? If it's a partly cloudy day, clouds move around and different parts of the sky and different things are exposed, different things are shown, right? So we want to make sure we're taking a little bit of time to make some observations. And here's what I observed, because it is here in Oakland, California today. It is a very sunny day. So I saw the sun. Saw it nice and clear. It's the middle of the day, so it's nice and high in the sky. My shadow was short. Okay, again, because it's high in the sky, right? We saw that in last week's lesson. And other things that I saw. Now, be warned, I did not see a lot, because again, it's a sunny day. No clouds. I'm even going to put that down. No clouds. I expected maybe I'd see some clouds, but no clouds. There was a little bit of haze, right? Maybe that's smog from cars and pollution. Maybe that's just some kind of low, mini fog's younger brother kind of hanging around, right? Could be those things. I saw an airplane, right? I saw a really cool red-shouldered hawk soaring up there on a big thermal in the sky, right? And I saw a crow. That's it. That was literally it. I was out for 5 minutes. Again, I didn't see a whole heck of a lot. But I'm going to write down everything I saw and be really thorough. Okay? Too much data is going to be better than not enough data. Okay? It's easier to take too much data and then get rid of what you don't need than it is to not have enough data and you're no longer able to recreate or get back that experience and kind of come up with what you might have seen but you didn't write down. Okay? And then lastly, did I see the moon today? No moon during this observation. Okay, so there's my data, right? If I were to see the moon, okay, I'd put, saw the moon, and then get a chance to describe it, right? We've seen the moon in a lot of different ways, right? We have those big full moons where it looks completely round and nice and bright, and werewolves are everywhere. We've seen it as a skinny little sliver, like that fingernail moon, right? And everything in between. And we've even seen what's called a new moon, where it looks completely dark and we can't really see it at all. And in fact, I have a moon calendar, which kind of shows all the different phases of the moon. Check that out. If we zoom in real close, there's by the month and then by the day and what the moon is going to look like during those days. Pretty cool. And you can see all the different iterations there of a full moon, getting darker, right? And I really like the way this moon calendar sets it up because it's not as though the moon changes shape throughout the month, right? It doesn't become, a crescent where like what's that? There's one movie studio where like the logo is like a crescent moon and like a kid like sitting in the middle of the crescent, right? That can't work, okay? The moon doesn't change shape. It just ends up with more or less of it is illuminated. So maybe that's a big question. What causes the phases of the moon? Interesting. Okay, so Between now and next Tuesday, your job is to, on 4 different days. So remember, if I took this one today, I'm not going to take another daytime observation until tomorrow. Okay, so 1 per day, 1 per night, because we do want to compare from day to day. If you took 4 observations during the same day, you'd probably see some slightly different stuff, but your choices would be a little bit limited. Okay, I want to scroll down here. Best practices for outdoor observations. Okay, the first one says reduce light pollution at night. If you've never heard the term light pollution before, basically what light pollution is the more light that's on or near you, the harder it is to see what's going on in the night sky, right? You're going to see, for instance, more stars if you're camping and out in the middle of the wilderness than if you're in the middle of the city, right? So, you know, depending on the more dense your city is, your living situation is, it might be a little bit more challenging to see. But you'll still see a lot of stuff, okay? Only observe from a safe location, okay? If you don't have a backyard and it's not really safe to go stand outside in the front yard for 5 to 10 minutes in the middle of the night, not in the middle of the night, but at night after it gets dark, right? It's perfectly okay to, you know, turn the lights off in your room or, you know, whatever room works best where you can see the best views outside and peer out of a window. Right? But again, reduce that light pollution. Turn off all the lights in your room while you're observing, okay? And then lastly, too much data is better than not enough data, okay? So this was just kind of a way to introduce this Skylog, and you will be taking your own data over the next week, okay? So again, date, time, all the things you can see in the sky. Even if you think it's silly, right? If you see power lines, put them up. They're in the sky, right? Put them up. If you see, I don't know, airplanes, helicopters, UFOs, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you see something up there in the sky, you don't know what it is. You see something flying across the sky and you can't identify it. It's literally an unidentified flying object. Does it mean it's an alien? No. Does it mean it's not an alien? No. Just saying. So thank you, everybody. Your job now, go to Google Classroom, pull up that Skylog, see what information you need, and then find a place to go take that first daytime observation. You don't have to take your device outside with you. You can take your science notebook out with you and make some notes and then copy them into your Skylog. You can, go outside for 1 minute and go, oh, I see that, run back in the house, type it up. Go outside again, look it up. Oh, I see that. Run back in the house, type it up. Okay, whatever works best for you. But go try that first daytime observation right now. Once it gets dark tonight, do that first nighttime observation. Repeat 3 more days, and then we'll be all set and we'll have enough data to kind of compare things. All right, have fun with it. Go observe, see what you can see, enjoy the outdoors, and we will see you soon.